Have you ever heard of Amazon Mechanical Turk, also known as MTURK? Well, it's an online crowdsourcing platform where users can earn extra money by working in their free time. Now, I've been using Amazon Mechanical Turk on and off for the past 3 years. And since then, I've been able to earn hundreds of dollars through this platform. So if you're interested in learning the top 8 ways to earn extra income with MTURK, then make sure to stay tuned and watch until the end. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Chris and welcome back to the Lifestyle Design Show, the #1 place for young adults to learn about personal finance and entrepreneurship. Now, before we jump into the tips, let's go ahead and look at my Amazon Mechanical Turk dashboard so you can see my earnings over the past 3 years. All right, so as you can see from my overview page, 2019, I didn't do MTURK very much. I did MTURK a lot in 2018, and I would say I probably made around $50 that year. I know, it doesn't sound like much. 2019, I made 70 cents, not much at all. 2020 was a good year. I made almost $400, but that's not including any extras that you earn via Amazon gift card, or sometimes certain requesters might pay you with other methods. So I definitely earned more than just $400. I would say I earned anywhere closer to $600 back in 2020. And then in 2021, I've earned around $60 so far. Now, if you look, for the past 2 weeks, I haven't done MTURK very much. But before that, I was averaging about $5 every single week. Some weeks I was making $10 to $15 with MTURK. And that's actually, in my book, super good. I was really proud of that. You can also see my completed hits. I've done over 1,000 hits now, which is a huge milestone for me. And my approval rating is still above 99%. And that is really important, but we'll get more into that in a second. All right, so let's just jump right into the tips. And the first tip for how to earn more money on the MTURK platform is to make sure that you're turking at the right times. Now, the best time to find high quality jobs is during weekdays and during business hours. But more than that, there's actually time windows that are better than others. You're gonna find that early morning till about lunchtime has a lot of hits, a lot of jobs that you can complete. And you're also gonna notice that the afternoon time period, after lunch, maybe around 1 to 6, also has a lot of jobs for you to complete. Now, times that aren't as good to do MTURK are weekends, super late nights, and during lunchtime. Any jobs that are there may be lower quality, lower pay, etc. Number 2 tip is to make sure to demolish the like button for the YouTube algorithm. All right, I'm just kidding. Number 2 actually is to get your numbers up. Now, MTURK tracks how many completed jobs you've done. And when I say jobs, I'm actually referring to hits. And HIT stands for Human Intelligence Tasks. Basically, anything that you complete on MTURK is a hit. The more jobs that you have under your belt, the better. Think about it like experience. MTURK will give you better jobs the more jobs that you have completed and approved. So basically what this means is if you have done less than 500 hits on MTURK, then it's really important for you to just get your numbers up by looking for quick jobs. Now, this is a common misconception because most people think, oh, I should be looking for the highest paid jobs. But no. If you are still under 500 or even under 1,000, your top priority needs to be to complete as many hits as possible. Because remember, once you reach 500 completed hits, then you're gonna qualify for a lot more higher paying jobs. So what you're doing on the front end really is going to benefit you on the back end. And it's the same thing for the 1,000 completed hits level. That's a big one. Now, there's 2 specific ways that I use to try to complete more jobs. Number 1 is to use keywords. Type in the MTURK search bar keywords like quick, brief, short, 1 minute, 5 minutes. And now they may not pay the most, but again, that's not what you're looking for. You're not going for the highest paid jobs yet because you know that once you reach that completion level, once you reach that milestone, you're going to qualify for a world of better opportunities. And the second best way to get more completed jobs under your belt is by doing batches. Now, a batch is a very specific and easy job that they have you do over and over and over. Let's just use an example like selecting an image from a bunch. Let's say you're looking for a motorcycle image. Once you complete one of those tasks, there's going to be a batch of more of the same task for you to complete. And so a lot of people will do batch work because they're able to get hundreds, or if not thousands, of completed jobs really quickly, really easily. The third tip is to use the extension MTURK Suite. Now, this is a completely free Chrome or Firefox extension that is a huge help for anyone using Amazon Mechanical Turk. And let me tell you why. So the first reason that I really like MTURK Suite is for the simple fact when you have to put your worker ID into different surveys, when you have the MTURK Suite extension, all you have to do is right click and scroll down, and there's a little button that says input worker ID. And even though this might only save you like half a second, since you can easily find your worker ID by going on the main MTURK page and looking at the top hand left side. But you'll quickly learn that time savers like this are huge for MTURK because MTURK really relies on how fast and efficiently you can work. So that's the first reason I like MTURK Suite. The second reason I love MTURK Suite is because you get access to a hit finder and a hit catcher. Now, let's quickly break both of these down. A hit finder basically just makes it easier to look for different jobs that are coming in on the MTURK platform. And it alerts you with a little noise notification when there's a new job. Yep, it sounds like that. That's what it sounds like. You can also add jobs to the block list or to the watch list. With the hit finder, you can also add filters to it too. Now, let's talk about a hit catcher. And the hit catcher is really helpful because it lets you do something called Panda. And if you're going to be using MTURK, you're going to see the word Panda pop up on forums and such all the time. And Panda basically means preview and accept. When you Panda a job or you use the hit catcher, basically what this is doing, it puts it in a queue. So let's say there's a job that you really are interested in, but you click on it and there's no more jobs available. You could Panda this job. You could put this in your hit catcher, and basically it's going to let you know when there's another job available from that requester. And the best part is these tools are all free using the MTURK Suite extension. And one more important thing to note is that Turk Review is now part of MTURK Suite. And what Turk Review is it sort of bridges the communication gap between workers and requesters. By giving you worker feedback on certain jobs, it also will give you wage aggregates. And overall, it's just another useful tool that automatically comes for free with MTURK Suite. The fourth tip is to qualify whenever possible. Now, you might be asking what I mean by qualify. Well, let me elaborate. What Amazon Mechanical Turk does is it puts us in categories based on our demographics and certain questions. Now, the more you qualify, the more high quality jobs you're going to get. And there's a few different ways to qualify. The first way to qualify is when you complete a job, if you scroll down on that submission page, there's often a little survey asking you your opinions, asking you some demographic questions. You should always fill that out, always, even if it seems redundant, because that is a major way that Amazon indexes you. The second way to qualify is to look for hits from Amazon Mechanical Turk themselves. Now, these jobs usually, not even usually, they always pay $0, but they're just quick surveys asking questions about you to build your profile and qualify you for better paying jobs. Now, the third way to qualify, on the MTURK platform, you can look for jobs that are the highest paying, but that you don't currently qualify for. If you go to the right-hand side where it says qualify and you click on that button, and then you could actually apply for those qualifications. Whether it's a quick test or whether it's just you clicking the button saying that you want that specific qualification, it is a good way to get your foot in the door for some of these higher paying jobs. The fifth way is to join forums and Facebook groups so that you can learn and also so you can find the best hits. Now, a few different groups that I think are awesome is Hits Worth Turking For, There's the Facebook group, which is MTURK members, and there's another forum called MTURK Crowd. Now, there's a ton of forums out there, but I really like being a part of a community like this because any questions you have, oftentimes someone else is already asking that question. And specifically the forum, Hits Worth Turking For, is a great place to find these high-paying jobs. Number 6 is to follow directions. Now, I know what you're thinking. This seems so basic, and it is pretty basic. But here's the thing with MTURK. You only get paid once the requester looks over your work. And if you didn't follow the directions carefully, then there's a high likelihood that you're not gonna get paid. But more than that, when a requester rejects your completed job, it looks badly on your overall approval rating, which is a perfect segue to number 7, which is to keep your approval rating high. Now, this is huge because approval ratings is one of those qualifiers that allows you to get those higher paying jobs. And you want to keep your approval rating at about 98 to 99%. Now, if your approval rating is currently below 98%, don't fret. The best way to fix this is by doing batch work, because batch work will let you get a lot of numbers, a lot of completed jobs, which will help balance out your overall approval rating. But it's really important not to let your approval rating drop below 98% just to start with, because once you get below 98%, it's a little bit hard to dig your way out of that hole, but not impossible. And number 8 is to get out of your comfort zone. You might see jobs on MTURK that look a little bit different, or they might be skills that you don't have yet. But like any work, the more skill that's involved, the higher the wages. So if there's something you don't know how to do, get out of your comfort zone and try it. Try things like transcriptions or different kinds of interviews. Jobs that might make you feel a little bit nervous because you haven't done something like that before. But as you try new tasks, just watch as your income goes up. And now before you go, I have a bonus tip for you on how to earn more income with MTURK. And the bonus is the 2 specific types of hits that I found pay the best. And the first type is academic surveys. Now, I know surveys take a little bit longer than batch work might, but I love surveys on MTURK because that's how I make the majority of my income. And the second type of hit that pays the best, in my opinion, are things that require you to be recorded. Now, whether this is interviews, like live interviews, or whether this is video recordings of your house or audio recordings of your voice, I found for anything that requires you to actually record yourself, the payout is usually pretty high. All right, those are all of my tips on how to earn more income with MTURK. Just a quick reminder that technically, as an MTURK worker, you are a self-employed independent contractor. So make sure to report those MTURK earnings on your taxes. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to demolish the subscribe button and make sure to follow me on Instagram so you can keep up with me almost every single day. And if you're just now getting started with MTURK, well, welcome to the grind. MTURK, man, it's a grind. It's a grind.